Love here, and I am here to share this beautiful ornament that I made for my daughter. And I made it using a wooden spool, and let's see, what are these things called? Memo pins. I used these, a couple doilies, and if you would like to see how I put this part together, I do have a little tutorial coming up for that. And then I just added the bead dangles on the bottom. Now I don't do a tutorial on the bead dangles because you certainly can put it in the search bar and find plenty of tutorials on that. And my eyes are not what they used to be, so I have to like get super close and put on my cheaters, and it's like it's an ordeal to get these things made for me. So I'm going to leave those tutorials to the other people who can handle it. I can't. But I do show you how to put this together if you're interested. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching, everybody. So I start out with a wooden spoon. You can remove the labels off of the ends. I didn't worry about it. I just left them on there. I like to stick something down in the center. I'm just using tulle because I have a lot of tulle laying around. You don't want to compact it too much because you want the pins to be able to stick in there pretty easily. So I just pack in a little tulle just to give the glue something to grip to. Now I am going to add doilies on the top, and I'm hot gluing them on, but I'm being careful not to hot glue in the middle where the hole is in the doily and where the hole is in the spool, because it would be very hard to try to then stick the pin through hot glue to get them in the middle. So the doily covers up the label enough for me, so I don't worry about removing the label, but you certainly could. And I mean, you could do this with really any size spool. This just happened to be what I had around. And I do love this size. I think it's a great size. But if you add too many dangles at the bottom, it will be a little heavy for an ornament, but you just have to play with it and see. So I'm just adding the little doilies to each end with the hot glue, and now I am going to use Fabri-Tac and glossy accents for the next steps, although I forget to show you where I put the glossy accents though, but I will make sure and tell you. Okay, it's been a long time since I did a voiceover. All right. It is in real time. I didn't speed it up too much because I wanted to be sure to get, that you could see everything. So I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to squirt it down into the middle of the spool where the tulle is through the doily. And I'm just going to get it until it's barely seeping out of the top. And now I'm just going to stick that pin. Well, I'm going to put a pearl on it. Getting ahead of myself. Okay, so I'm going to put a pearl on the pin, and then I'm going to stick the pin down through the glue and through the tulle. But then you're going to need to hold it in place for a minute before you do the other end, or the glue will just push that pin right up out of that spool. So you got to hold it there for a minute, and I like to use the glossy accents and put a little in between the pearl and the pin, and the pearl and the doily, just to give it a little more hold. And I'm sorry I forgot to show you that on the video. And here I'm just trying to do the other end if the Fabri-Tac will cooperate. I really need to go back to, I need to get to Laurel's system of using what she uses to get her Fabri-Tac out, because mine just is always exploding out of the top. So I just do the same thing with the other one. I put a pearl on that pin, and then I stick that pin in there, and then I hold it till it dries, and I add the glossy accents between the pin and the pearl and the doily. Now this pretty trim here, I got at a clearance bin at a craft store. I don't even remember, but I love it. And I am literally just going to hot glue it around. Now it has like all of the beads are sewn on, so you have to be careful when you cut it, or all the pearls are going to fall off. So I put two strips of glue, which I'll show you, and then I cut between those strips so that I only lose a couple of beads and they don't all fall off. So I'm going to do that right here. And now if I just cut in between them, then I will only lose a couple pearls and not all the pearls. And it's already so pretty. So then I just stick all the pre-made dangles that I made on the bottom and a hanger on the top, and there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Thank you all for watching, and Merry Christmas, and I will see you all soon.